I hope you enjoyed reading that blog post. I have a feeling, like many of the messages that I share, that this concept, this philosophy, is one that will resonate with you on many levels. Well, as you can see, we have a little bit of a different environment today. I haven't welcomed you into my home, but instead I'm actually on a business trip in Colorado Springs. And it's about 5 in the morning right now, maybe 5:30. The sun is coming up. As you can see, behind me, if it wasn't so cloudy, is Pikes Peak. It's absolutely beautiful here. And I thought that this environment and this scenery would be extremely fitting for the topic that I shared about simplicity. This was one that I really struggled with sharing because most people would say, Jared, and this is society, when I say most people, you don't really live a simple life. When it comes to moving, having the girlfriend, starting a new career, the girlfriend bringing a puppy into the relationship, many other things that are going on in my life, that is the epitome of what simplicity is not about. But as a result of that conversation that I shared with you when we were out for dinner, and I learned that simplicity is relative. In essence, it's unique to the beholder. This enlightened me, and it allowed me to realize that simplicity does not necessarily need to be a way of being, but instead, it could be a way of thinking. I'm going to say that again. I really want to reiterate this for all of you. Simplicity does not necessarily need to be a way of being, but it can also be a way of thinking. So for myself, I believe that I live a life of simplicity, although my beings and my doings aren't ultimately what society would consider to be simple, but the way I think, it is. It allows me to chunk down each circumstance in my life so I can fully immerse myself while remaining conscious and focused to all of the lessons that manifest. This is something that all of us have the potential to do in our world as well, because we can't control our external environment. Many people have a number of responsibilities that they truly are not able to part with. This is their current situation. And if we consider life like a game of poker, and I don't gamble, but in poker you can fold, in life you can't. You have to play the cards that you were dealt. But what you can do is think about your life differently. Think simple thoughts. And that sounds really simple, that concept like simplicity on the far side of complexity. But that's not really the case. Because once you're able to control the way that you think and chunk down each of your life experiences, then in turn, it's something that you're able to digest. It's something you're able to enjoy and something you're able to bring into your world and learn from. So take the time over the next few days, I know the weekend's coming up, and figure out how can you start having simple thoughts. If you're able to do things simple as well, whether that's taking a walk through nature, like where I am right now and I plan on doing later on today when I jog, even though I'm in an incredibly high altitude, I'm still going to do it. Because that enables me to feel like I'm living a simple life, even though in my world there's a lot of chaos based on society. Ultimately, that's the way that I enjoy living, because simplicity is relative. So I hope that you do take the time, invest the time, try these 5 suggestions, make a suggestion for yourself. But if you disagree with what I'm saying, and you believe that simplicity is actually only a way of being, and that thinking has nothing to do with it, then I encourage you to post your comments below. Tell me why you think that way, and maybe you'll enlighten me again. But what you must remember is simplicity is relative, and completely unique to the beholder. Have a wonderful weekend. I look forward to seeing you next week. When we connect again, I will be on my couch, so I'll be out no longer in Colorado Springs on this business trip, but just enjoy each and every moment. And remember, simple thoughts lead to wonderful results.